He's a superstar who sings to millions, a politician who claims to speak for the forgotten, and a man smack dab in the center of a national firestorm. This is the story of Khesari Lal Yadav, and trust me, it's about a lot more than just one man. It's about the very soul of modern Bihar.
So, let's just dive right in with a really uncomfortable question, one that sits at the very heart of this whole story. It's a question that actually sparked a nationwide debate, and it all revolves around one person.
So, who is this man? Well, he's a Bhojpuri megastar, a performer loved by millions, and now a politician whose words have become both a powerful rallying cry and, you guessed it, a major lightning rod.
Okay, this is where the story starts to get complicated. We're going to dig into how a beloved cultural icon became the epicenter of this fierce debate that really questions the very soul of his home state.
I mean, think about it. From the dust of poverty all the way to the corridors of power, he really does embody the dreams of millions. But his recent, totally unfiltered comments have kicked off a massive argument about faith, about progress, and yeah, even about crime itself.
To really get what's going on with this guy, we have to go back to the beginning. His journey from the heart of rural Bihar is, honestly, it's nothing short of incredible. A true rags to riches story if there ever was one.
Just look at how fast this all happened. He starts out performing at local fairs, just to help his family get by. Then, boom, his music albums just explode across the entire region. Next thing you know, blockbuster films turn him into a household name. A whole cultural movement, really, and one of the highest paid actors in Bhojpuri cinema.
So, what was his secret? Why did he connect so deeply with people? Well, while a lot of critics called him unrefined, that rawness was his superpower. He wasn't some distant, polished Bollywood icon. He looked and sounded just like his audience, and he was living the dream they all shared. Now, when you have a following that massive, a new stage was probably inevitable, right? Khesari made the leap from cinema into politics, joining the Rashtriya Janata Dal, which is one of Bihar's most influential parties, known for its deep roots in social justice.
And you've got to understand, this wasn't just some career change. For someone who had experienced profound hardship firsthand, politics probably seemed like the most direct way to fight for the very people who had lifted him up. It was a brand new stage and a whole new kind of battle.
But in politics, as we all know, words are weapons. And now we're about to see how two specific statements turned this beloved hero into a national flashpoint.
So picture this. He's at a massive political rally, and he asked the crowd, yes, the Ram Temple is important, but when will Bihar get hospitals? When will we get jobs and better education? And the crowd, they went absolutely wild. They felt like he was finally speaking their truth.
And right here, this is a masterclass in political spin. What he intended as a call for balanced development, prioritizing basic needs alongside faith, was instantly framed by his opponents as an attack on religion. Viral clips and headlines claimed he was questioning the whole idea of temple politics.
Then, a political rival tried to brand him with this term, Yadumulla, which was meant to be an insult suggesting he was catering to another community. But something fascinating happened. His supporters completely flipped it. They started wearing the name like a badge of honor, turning it into a symbol of pride and Hindu-Muslim unity.
So just as that firestorm was starting to calm down, another one erupted. An interview clip went viral where Khesari made some really shocking remarks, connecting crime directly to poverty. And that sparked an entirely new and maybe even more intense debate.
And wow, the debate was fiercely divided. On one side, you had people arguing that he was just highlighting a brutal reality, that desperation and hunger can push people to crime. But on the other side, critics were absolutely outraged, saying a star of his stature should never ever appear to justify or normalize criminal acts.
So, what does Khesari Lal Yadav truly represent? Is he a reckless provocateur, a genuine reformer, or is he simply a mirror, just reflecting the complex, messy realities of his people?
The public reaction is completely polarized. To his supporters, he's a brave voice who's finally demanding real development. But to his detractors, he's just reckless, justifying crime, and disrespecting faith. There is almost no middle ground.
And this quote from a supporter really gets to the heart of his appeal. It perfectly captures the feeling of so many ordinary people in Bihar's towns and villages who believe their practical, everyday needs, like jobs and a better life, are being completely overlooked.
So Khesari has kind of become a symbol for these larger tensions playing out in modern India. He embodies that clash between faith and development,
the deep desire for basic necessities, and this growing frustration with divisive identity politics.
And what's his response to all this chaos? He seems completely unshaken. His message is simple and direct. His focus is on the people who support him, not the online noise or the political attacks. He's basically just doubling down on his mission.
Which leaves us with one last question. Is he a troublemaker, a visionary, or simply the unfiltered voice of a new Bihar? A place where people pray in the morning but demand a hospital in the evening. A place where that line between survival and morality is often very, very blurry. What do you think?